You're listening to the Gentleman's Corner podcast, where two men are on a quest to rule the world. Tune in every Monday for a new episode.
Yo, what's up?
Welcome back.
So,
Been a whole day.
yeah,
This whole week has just flown by.
this whole week has flown by. It's felt like 2 days.
Honestly, though.
So, I heard you were about to crack open a cold one as well.
Yeah, a whole sparkling water, blueberry
Nice.
pomegranate.
Pomegranate. Is it that bubbly shit?
No, it's the Sobe stuff, or no, Superstore stuff you got me into.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you came over and I kept feeding you those.
Very tasty.
Very tasty. Yeah, I drink them all the time. Yeah, I'm not drinking a beer today. Some Tito's vodka. Making a vodka spritz, I think it's called. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just actually the water he's talking about is right here. This stuff. I'm making it with that pomegranate with blueberry.
Ooh, yes, very good. Good choice.
So shot.
You alcoholic.
I know. I had no beer and I was like, I can't go on the show without a drink. It's just tradition at this point. If we do like 5 episodes a week, I'm gonna be fucked. Oh, hear that pour. It's not a good pour, but I don't want it too fizzy anyways. I'll just burp the whole time. And then I add just a little... I'm pretty fucking lazy. I don't like cutting my limes and shit. So I just use fucking lime juice. The concentrated lime.
You put any ice in it?
Nah, it's already cold. Ooh. Nice. It looks like I got a little drug meth thing over here. All the bottles in the way. My desk is a fucking mess.
Yeah, you got to clean it up.
I know. Oh, man. So, yeah, your week's just flowing through, eh?
Oh, big time.
Oh, yeah, so was mine. God. I was at the beach most of the day today, so that's why I'm pretty, burned out. It's amazing, how much energy the sun takes out of you.
Oh, yeah, it was super nice today. Went for a long walk this morning.
Did you go anywhere special?
No, just around town.
Just around town?
Yep.
Man. Do you know... I was thinking about this today. I was going to ask you. Do you know how much the PS5 is going to cost?
No, I think the estimates are around 500 to 600 US.
Okay. Yeah, and they were thinking $100 difference for the DVD version.
Yeah.
Disc version, whatever you want to call it. I'm just kind of making fun of it.
What world do we live in?
Who the fuck uses Blu-ray? That's kind of the world we're in.
Rocky movies in Blu-ray not too long ago.
Oh yeah, like the old ones.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck! Da 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 da. Every time I go up a giant hill, that's the song I think of.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you like the Blu-rays though, eh?
Blu-ray. I don't like buying movies.
No, for games though.
Oh, I'm a big disc player. I don't download shit. I'm very much I don't know what you want to call me, old time gamer, whatever you think. I'm cool with it, but what?
Time waster.
Time waster.
You gotta get up and switch the disc.
Yeah, I prefer a physical copy. I still prefer a physical copy. I've committed to that physical copy mentality for quite a while, and it's affected me getting a game about a week delay, usually. Which I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's only 7 days. Well, when the brand new game comes out and you've been looking forward for it for a very long time, a week is a long fucking time. Where you could just download it and play it anytime, or have it already be downloaded before the day release, and the moment 12 a.m. hits, you can play it.
Or just go to the midnight release. I remember those days.
I used to do those. Man, I did that with Halo 3. Gears 2, Gears 3. Yeah, I think those were actually the only two events I actually went till midnight for the launch. Those were the
I
days.
remember
Like, I
they get
still
pretty
have the
crazy.
Halo helmet somewhere. Like, I got the limited edition Halo 3 with the helmet and everything.
You nerd.
I got the Gears 2 and 3, all limited edition stuff, and day of release. Like, Gears 2 came with like a figurine that got his head blown off and blood going everywhere. I still have it in its box. I know it's in my it's in my nerd room here. But yeah, I'm still the disc guy. Like the last game that I waited fairly long for, because I don't really care to pre-order. I'm not really the guy that wants to pay any extra cost for a game, because games are already pretty expensive as it is.
They're crazy. I
I
remember when
know.
you could buy a PS2 game for $20 or $30.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because with tax and a new game is about $100. Well,
Well,
it's
yeah,
$10 less. It's
five
about
games. There's a new
$91.
console.
What?
Get 5 games. That's pretty much a new console.
Yeah. Yeah, you get 5 games, that's a new console. Like the amount, including like for me, having a physical copy to me feels like it's more valuable than a digital because of just it being a physical thing. And it's something you can resell, right?
I
It's
guess.
just you're only doing it for technically. I think technically, if they're both the same price, and they are, and eventually, I think that will change. Eventually, everything's going to go digital. I've accepted that. I accepted that everything's going to go digital. It's just a matter. I'm going to keep going until it's not. And I know in the horizon, probably, eventually, disc games will cost more
Do you
than
think
digital.
that gaming will eventually turn into the
Stream.
streaming game?
I think so. I think Google took a big leap and they failed.
Big time.
Yeah, they failed fucking massively. What was it called? Fuck.
Stadia?
Stadia. Yeah, they stream gaming and it was really looking up to be the future. But the problem with that is they are expecting everyone to have excellent internet connection. And that's just not the case. Like a lot of
Actually,
what?
oh, sorry. I was gonna say I had that GeForce Now for a bit, and I was using just Walmart internet again because my apartment building just didn't have anything too good.
Okay.
So it worked really well. The only reason I gave it up is because they took Call of Duty off of it. So it was like that's kind of a waste. I just bought the game and now I can't stream it.
God.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it though, being able to play on a cheaper laptop and not having to have an expensive PC or console.
That's kind of the nice idea behind it because you don't need a type of hardware,
Mm-hmm.
but you need good internet.
You need okay internet.
I don't know, like the reviews I've seen is if you don't have a really good internet, and I'm not saying you need top quality, I guess Bell fiber op at the highest level, but you can't go for the lowest level. Can't go for even a decent package. You got to go for a
Well,
medium package.
It depends what you're looking to get out of. Like if you're just casually playing a campaign or some multiplayer, a bit of lag's not gonna be the end. But if you're competitive or streamer, whatever you do, then you
Yep.
kind of need your own system.
Yep. No, and I don't think the console system is going to go away anytime soon. I know Xbox is kind of dipping into streaming when it comes to like their PC, like Windows.
They're coming out with a new streaming service as well.
Yep.
I forgot what it's called, but
I know PS4 does it as well.
No, I mean like their own like what's it called? Like you can download it and stream games, like not a screen recording type of thing.
Remote play?
No. Here, give me a sec.
Okay.
Let me
You
get the
Google it.
Yeah.
Like I know what I've actually used to kind of game away from home is actually streaming from the PS4, and I don't think it's I don't think it's really streaming. It kind of is. You control your PS4 via an app. It's the PS4 app, and it basically controls it via Wi-Fi. And as long as you're connected to an internet connection and your PS4 is in, rest easy mode, and it's still connected to the internet, you can play your games. So
So
I enjoy that feature, but for me, since I play with disc games, I can only play with the game that's in the console.
so the Xbox has xCloud coming out
Okay, yeah,
or is out. I think it's still in an early phase though.
that's not too bad. No, well, I think over time it is going to be the more dominant thing.
It's
And
just
the
the
only
conveniency of it.
Oh yeah, it's convenient. You can do it anywhere. And eventually you'll get something that can just go on a laptop, connect to a TV. It's something really small that's just connected to the internet that gives you that station hub, I guess.
Well, I played what's it called? I
Warzone.
forgot what game it is, but I played it on my phone using the GeForce cloud streaming. Like it wasn't anything great, but like it has potential.
Oh yeah, it definitely has potential. Like I play I was saying, like I play on the PS4 via my iPad with the PS4 app, and it just connects to my console via internet, and
Mhm.
I can basically play a game. And now that I can actually connect my Bluetooth controllers to my iPad or my iPhone, uh, I can play the game anywhere, which is nice. I like that. It's nice to have those features, especially if you travel. And it's even better to have those streaming services if you travel or you're kind of limited on a budget.
Very true. Because you're paying, I think GeForce was $6 a month to ten
Yep.
dollars a month,
That's
and
the
that's
only thing
pretty
I
much.
don't like is the
Well,
monthly subscription.
you're doing that for PlayStation Plus though.
You're doing a yearly subscription, yeah.
But if you break it down, you can do it monthly as well.
Yep. No, I guess it depends how you've. Yeah, it's a good point. You got me there. I'll admit. I guess it depends on how you want to view it, because you can still play games without it.
You can, but that's only if you're antisocial and just play campaign all the time.
Hey, and nothing wrong with that. That's been me for like the last like 5 months. Been only
I haven't
playing like
even touched
campaign
my
games.
console. It's been in pieces for a while.
I gotta take mine apart because I know it's overheating.
Oh, that's not good.
No, I don't want to get anything ruined in it before the PS5 comes out. Because if the PS4 my PS4 died, I wouldn't go try to look for another one. I just waited out for the PS5. But anyways, like, but before what we were talking about when it comes to like ordering like physical copy games, I kind of want to get my point across. I waited for a Plague's Tale. It was kind of like an indie game made in France, based on the plague, and that game you could really the only way to get it here in Canada was to download it. I didn't want to do that because I really wanted the physical copy, but I was anticipating this game for 2 years, and I was really pumped when I finally found out they had a date. And then when the date was coming up, there wasn't any delay, and they were ready to go. But I couldn't order it on Amazon until it was actually released, so that was a big pain, and I had to wait about a week to get it. So I'm a pretty committed physical copy gamer, I guess. I like having my collection. And the worst part is, like, I can argue that technically they're worth more, but I'm not really willing to sell it because I don't know. I just like having my collection of games and something I can look back on. It's like that's my book collection of like great stories and stuff. Anyway, that's just my opinion about it. I know you don't care, and I know the guys I play with don't really care as well, but
It's just not a thing that is really in my interest.
I know,
So
I know
I'm not
eventually it's
affected.
going to be, they're going to get rid of it because clearly consoles are going that route, purely digital because it's cheaper and
Oh, way
overall
cheaper.
it's convenient. It's the conveniency, right?
Well, if
And
they don't have to produce thousands of games and pay shipping and all that stuff and sell them for exact same price as a downloaded copy
yeah,
or digital version, sorry.
I know, I know eventually uh, it will be like anything goes, little steps at a time. So right now, the little step is there's two types of consoles, but the games are still the same price. Stream gaming will become more popular. Eventually, I'm sure eventually there's going to be a subscription rate, like Google was kind of enforcing on people. You can play any game, and games that come out on that day for a monthly subscription. I think eventually, like later down the road, you're going to get to that point.
Well, they have something similar with I have no idea what it's called, but you can pay a subscription and you can play all the EA games or all the like a certain genre of games for that
Yep.
amount.
Those I know it. I know those like certain companies like Epic Games. I think are thinking about doing it. I don't think they're currently doing it. Epic Games are thinking of doing a subscription rate where you can play all their games as long
Mm-hmm.
as it's through their service.
Yeah.
So I can't play an Epic game on Steam if I have this subscription. I have to go through their gaming launchpad, I think is the word for it. Because
I
I have
think
a
so.
Bethesda launcher, I have an Origin launcher, and I have Blizzard launcher, like all for different games. And some of the games that they provide, kind of like Bethesda, like I have Fallout and Skyrim on Steam, but I don't technically own them on the Bethesda launcher because it's through Steam.
Mm.
A lot of I don't like that. A lot of companies are trying to make their own launcher. You have to use their launcher. Steam was kind of the ultimate launcher because it had every game, right?
Yeah.
So all these companies are just trying to make their own launcher. They're like, you should go with us. They're maybe even giving you better deals than what Steam would be doing. But it's generally annoying to do that, I think. It's just better to have it all in one. Most people would agree, but companies kind of want to have more control because Steam has their control as they own Steam, and as well as they can control the amount of money they can get from companies that people pay for that game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So Bethesda launcher charges you for Skyrim. They get 99% of the profit. Steam, Steam's taking like 15 to 20% of that profit. So
Yeah.
I understand why companies are doing it, but it is a bit of a pain. But I know Steam is not going to go anywhere soon. Like it's not going to
No.
leave. Including like people have thousands of games in their libraries. So it's something that people wouldn't be willing to just leave behind.
Unless it just dies.
Plus it dies. And that's kind of a fear as well. If I think we talked about it in person as well. Like if Steam just said, fuck it, we're leaving. We're not doing anything. We're going to shut down the whole thing. You lose all your games.
Mm-hmm.
Like the physical copy, though, you'll always have a physical copy. Kind of like PS4,
Until you
Xbox.
just can't play it anymore because no console has a disk drive.
Well, I guess later in the future, yeah, if that's what you mean. But I think like if that ever happened, I don't know, like Sony or Microsoft would never go under, but let's just say one of them went totally under and you couldn't get an Xbox system anymore. And of course, everything wasn't being updated for consoles. I think there would be companies out there that would take advantage, make a PS4 or Xbox launcher that would work with all your old physical copy games. And
So
and or you can find a guy that, is a programmer that also tinkers with computer parts. You can make a PS4. People
yeah.
can do that. Like, you don't need to buy one. It's easier, and probably cheaper, because they manufacture it all. But you could physically make a PS4 yourself, and all you need is the iOS, I guess you want to call it, or the launch system for PS4. Because people do that when they change their memory cards in their PS4 to an SSD, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not impossible. I think it's relatively pretty easy, actually, if that all failed out. But you would need the physical copies.
So you ever been to Best Buy or wherever and seen those Super Nintendo little compact systems?
Oh, yeah.
And they advertise like 200 games or 1,000 games. Do you think that's ever going to happen with a PS4, for example?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Imagine what the world's going to be then, like what systems we're going to have. I think it's going to be fully VR.
I can see us going that route. I think the technology is there in a way to make it entertaining and fun. It's just, it's not cheap enough. And that's why I don't think a lot of people have gotten into VR. And when it comes to games, there's not really a lot of excellent games out there. I know a lot of people are talking about The Walking Dead. I don't know if you heard about that one for VR.
Nope, I have not.
It's doing really. It's an excellent VR game. It's by far the best VR zombie game that's ever been made. It's based on a Walking Dead series, of course, and it's just doing great. The ratings are crazy. When it comes to there's other good VR games out there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's the only good one out there. There's lots of good VR games out there, but the only problem is it's still quite an expensive piece of gear to buy, as well as the game market isn't really solely focused on VR gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Disney is making a Star Wars game. EA, maybe not EA. Don't quote me, because I know they've been in heat about their fucking Star Wars franchise and shit. But anyways, we won't get into that. They're making a battleship VR shooter.
Oh, wow.
So you're in a ship, right? And the VR, you're going to be the person in the ship. So that's kind of cool.
I guess. Just not my type of game.
No, maybe not your type of game. You like racing games, though. It's the same thing, except you're shooting people in space.
With spaceships, though.
It's the same, man. It's the same thing.
Close enough.
Close enough. So I think we're getting there. And I don't have a VR. I've tried one, and it's really fun and cool. It's just not worth the heavy price tags for me right now.
I think Oculus has a cheaper version where you don't need any console. Like it's its own little system.
I've heard about that. Well, they had a new one come out, and that lowered the price of the old one, of course, not by much, which I was kind of disappointed with. But they know they can still, it's like GTA 5.
Oh my
staying
God.
full fucking price for so many fucking years.
Yep.
That was I would say, I don't know if it is, but if there was a world record for a game that stayed full price for like an amount of time, GTA 5 is on that list.
It's nuts. Like I don't know how they keep just pushing it.
They do a lot of updates. They do a lot of updates. And I'm not sure if these. I never got into GTA 5 online. Played the campaign, beat that a couple times. Great game in general. I don't know if it's really worth the full price tag, because I'm pretty sure you still had to pay for that extra content.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
not
think
familiar with those.
they were kind of, ripping off people, making them pay full price like 5 years later.
That's okay.
I don't know. That's not okay. I disagree. I think they were kind of ripping people off because I know the content you had to pay extra. It's like paying for DLC,
Yep.
really. So yeah, like the game I'm on right now is Ghost.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
keep
love
going
that
about
game
it.
so far. Oh my god, it's such a good game. I gotta do reviews on this show. That's what I gotta do. Try to give my most unbiased opinion about video games. What do
I
you
don't know
guys
if you can
think
do
of it?
that.
What?
You're a pretty biased person.
Oh, I definitely can be. I think I always think like the world needs to find a balance, and that's the hardest thing to find.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely know when I'm being biased. It's easy to pick out. If
Yep.
I guarantee if more people tried to look at it when they talk about maybe an opinion, they'd realize certain biases. I don't know. Like one thing I've kind of learned in the last couple of years is to try to put yourself in other people's shoes,
Yep.
and you got to see it on different angles. You got to at least try. You got to at least try to. It's kind of like The Last of Us 2. I went in there with a bad taste in my mouth, but I wouldn't say I came out with a horrible taste in my mouth. I'm not saying it was a good story game because it did have a lot of flaws that confused the hell out of me. Because, you know, you go 3 years in the future, 2 weeks back, 5 years back, and 4 years forward, and all this shit. I get pretty confused, and I don't like when games do that. Books sometimes do that, and I think that's horrible to do in books. But, anyways, not here to talk about The Last of Us 2. That's a whole nother fucking topic we can do a different day. But when it comes to having a bias with reviews, it's hard not to have one, but it
Especially
is
when people are
possible.
getting paid for them.
Oh, if you get paid oh fuck. Like I don't like when reviews are done with a game that they were provided for because they can't really say anything bad about it, or they're not going to get free games anymore and get
Yeah.
codes to make money. It's so stupid to do that. Like if I got a game for free and they're like, give us a review, we don't care if it's bad or not, you're more inclined to give a good review. And don't get me started on like big time reviewers, game reviewers like IGN, and Gaming Spotlight. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're definitely like, it seems like they're paid off with certain games. And sometimes they don't even fucking play the game and they give a review. They got caught for that. So
Oh, really?
oh yeah, they got caught with fuck, I can't remember what game it was for, but they got caught with it for the fact that they were doing a description based of what the game was like, but the description didn't match the gameplay.
Oh,
And
jeez.
then come to find out they actually didn't even play the fucking, or the reviewer for that rating
Mm-hmm.
that was by IGN didn't even actually play the game. And I guess don't quote me on that either. For the biggest thing is, I'm pretty sure it was IGN. I'm fairly confident, but they got caught with that, and that's some bullshit.
Yep. I can say that's true.
Now I'm questioning it. I'm gonna quick Google this. IGN reviews. It did not play game for review. Although, I wouldn't necessarily trust it. Oh, let's see. True gaming, video game. I know people hate this new score system with IGN. Probably something I'd have to look on YouTube again, because I'm pretty sure actually Angry Joe talked about it, if I recall. How do you feel about the review system?
Myself?
Yeah.
I think if it's not biased, like we mentioned, if the reviewer is actually honest and not caving into the free games, I think they're all right, I guess. I always usually review whatever I purchase before I do it, whether that's a video game or random items for my apartment.
No, fair enough. I know I trust quite a few reviews when it comes to the products off Amazon, because you can really, it's easy to tell who's fake and who's not.
I was looking at this, I forgot what it was. I think it was hand grippers. And I was looking at the reviews, and a couple of people were like, "Oh yeah, lighter than advertised, blah blah blah." And then I keep scrolling down, and it started talking about glasses cases. So I have no idea how that happened, but it didn't even have any resemblance to the item.
God. I'm just looking, trying to find it. Maybe it wasn't IGN, but I'm pretty sure it was. I know IGN's been under some scrutiny, though. That's for sure. One thing about I noticed with Ghost is the reviews were doing really good, but there was a lot of review bombing on the game. A lot of review bombing because it was doing so good. People were mad for the fact that it was doing better than The Last of Us 2. And it's a shame that people kind of let their emotions go and try to destroy another game. Like, it's really not fair. Do you know what I mean by review bombing?
I think so. Like they just trash it.
They just trash it without reason. And even for a fact that maybe they didn't even play the game. The only reason there's any evidence for it, I was checking out the reviews on GameSpot, and I didn't check the critics. I checked the people's. I'm using horrible terminology here. My apologies. I'm super tired. But anyways, looking at the people that reviewed Ghost very poorly, and I look up their profile, and the only game they reviewed besides Ghost was Last of Us 2, and they did it in the same fucking day. And they gave The Last of Us 2 5 stars, Ghost 0 or 1. So it's a shame people are letting their emotions, and that's like a real hard biased, that's a clear bias type of thing going on. And just because a game's doing well, or at least better than the game that they didn't want it to be better than. I think that's just as deplorable as maybe giving bad reviews because of biases. You're just doing it strictly because of emotion. It's like trying to bring someone down that worked hard because you believe you worked harder, but maybe you didn't. Kind of deal. I don't know. Like, I'm sure they tried really hard to make this game well, but the other game just is doing better. So does that mean, they're the bad guy?
Oh,
no.
Yeah, because they didn't do a good enough job.
I guess so. Yeah, no, that stuff isn't cool. I'm totally against that. I'm pretty mad when people are just all for like the review bombing things, or people on YouTube.
When we're done with this podcast, I'm gonna go make sure and review our videos and give them a bad ranking.
Good. Give them the dislike. Get us more likes. Like and subscribe. That's what we need.
Dislike and unsubscribe.
Dislike and unsubscribe. Yeah, you don't want to listen to our shit. Yeah. As you can tell, like, we're both pretty tired today. It's going to be like one of the more boring episodes. Although I'm pretty sure every fucking week we say, "Oh, we're fucking tired."
It just doesn't help. Like, we do a lot throughout the week.
We're busy. We're busy bees.
Yes.
We have jobs,
And at
friends,
the
family.
beginning, you're thinking we'll get 2 episodes a week.
I know.
Can barely manage one.
We can do 2, man. Come on. We can barely manage one. It's funny because, I know in the past when I looked at YouTubers, I'm like, oh, it can't be that hard. Especially vloggers. Come on, you just post the video at the end of the day. Yeah, and then I found out about editing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different because when I did editing with like a group, it wasn't too bad because I was working with a guy named Charles. He was really good with editing, and he was just zip zap zippity boo, and he was done. So I learned a lot of skills from him, but yeah, editing takes time, especially if you want to do it well.
Yeah, some vloggers go above and beyond.
Oh,
for
yeah.
their editing.
Some vloggers fucking film every day and still do a really decent job. To me, that's pretty amazing. Like every day. Don't you think?
One sec.
Just yawning.
I find that, or at least I just haven't searched for it, I guess, but the daily vlogger trend, I feel like has died down a little bit.
Oh, probably. It was a big thing. Like there was a wave a couple of years ago. I couldn't tell you what year exactly. Like there's the YouTube wave and all that. Anyone that was kind of surfing on that wave before are really doing good today. Because at the time there wasn't a lot of decent content that was more every week, and people that were doing it during a certain time, good for them. There's nothing wrong with having that advantage because it is an advantage, but they are part of maybe the original kind of crew, or when they get on a hype train with vloggers, there was the vlogging kind of train going on. Some people have been doing it since the beginning of YouTube, and they're a little different. Like, you can honor them however the hell you want, but there are waves and trends that come, and if you ride those waves, you can do really well. It's kind of like what we're doing, podcasting. There was a podcast wave.
We just got to catch the new YouTube or the new big thing and get famous at it.
Like you and I are coming into the podcast ring fairly late into the game.
So late. I feel like the next big thing should come out in the next year or two.
Oh yeah, we'll see it. It's going to be how to survive on a low budget for food. Because the economics are going to crash. Yeah, don't take my word for shit, okay? Like, I don't actually know anything, but I guess maybe I know a thing or two, but I'm not going to say the world's going to end or anything because that sounds a little crazy.
Well, we might have to build that bunker, though.
Yep, might have to build that bunker. Never know. I'm not really expecting, nukes going off, but I expect a hard time coming.
Like I was at Costco the other day, and this woman she had 4 or 5 Costco packs of toilet paper in her cart.
Oh, God.
So
you should have told her, ma'am, that hype train is gone.
Well, they're counting for a second wave in the near future.
Yeah, they are. September, October, November, like the fall season. Whenever flu season usually comes around, it's following the same season, right?
Yep.
That's why it's not as prevalent in the summer. Now, I'm sure there's other places of the world doing bad, but usually when the flu season comes for those places, it's going to be bad with Corona. I've been Corona free, so I've been lucky so far.
I mean, I had a couple of them a few weekends ago, but
you had a couple Corona?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, I've been Corona free actually. I haven't had a Corona beer in a while. I wonder how their sales are doing. I wonder if their sales were actually affected.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just get it for a gag.
Oh, for now, yeah. Their sales might have went up in the beginning.
What better advertising?
Yeah, it's free advertising. COVID-19 bothering you? Have a have a Corona today. Yeah.
Turns out it's the cure.
People that drink Corona are Corona free.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be the case. That would be how we find the vaccine. We just solved it. We're heroes now. Where's our money? Where's our money and fame? Oh God, I coughed. Corona.
Oh,
I definitely don't have it. I can fully taste this drink. Well, I think it's about time to, hang off here since
yes.
us two old
My-
people need to go to fuck the bed.
My sleeping schedule's been junk. Like I can't sleep. I'm half awake throughout the whole night, and our cat started meowing again at like 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah, you got to put that thing down. No, JK. I love cats. I can't say anything.
Yeah, how's Sarah at night?
Sarah's fine. She comes and bugs me for cuddles,
Mhm.
but nothing like your cat. My cat just comes up, meows once, lays down beside me, and then I pet her for, 10 seconds, and then she falls asleep.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, no. I get a cuddle buddy that purrs. Get a cuddle buddy that purrs. So it's not too bad. She'll be cuddling with me tonight. I've been gone all weekend. Camping, swimming, just having a good time. Seeing family.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, peace out, everyone. Make sure to
Yes.
like and subscribe. We never say that enough. We were recommended to say it from a friend. So we'd appreciate it. I think we're at 60 subs, something like that. We'd like to get up there. We're really reaching for 100. So that'd be cool if we can get there.
Yep. We'll try to make our episodes a little bit more energetic somehow. Maybe have a couple energy drinks with our episodes instead of your alcoholic beverages.
I know. Well, usually I get pretty amped about it, but yeah, today, I had no beer, and I'm like, oh, fuck, the show must go on. The vodka's coming out today. Yeah. Yeah. Well, have a good night, everyone. See y'all.
Have a good night.